Homelessness is not a crime!
Homelessness is not a crime!
Homelessness is not a crime!
Now at 5:30, a handful of protesters back at Atlanta City Hall demanding Atlanta leaders act to end homelessness. Today's protest comes after several demonstrators were arrested yesterday.
CBS 46's Haley Mason joins us live downtown where they gathered for a second day. Haley, good evening.
Good evening, Sean and Karen. It is a very different scene today on the steps of City Hall. You can see behind me all of the city's homeless demonstrators have cleared out from the city steps, but they didn't relocate far. Unfortunately, many of them just walking across the street to lay down on those benches where they'll stay for the night after a day of speaking out against homelessness and a lack of affordable housing. Washing off on a sidewalk in downtown Atlanta, this homeless veteran says he needs help with affordable housing in the city he grew up in.
The bottom line, for homelessness, try to get resources is a joke.
He's now helping lead a band of people also struggling through homelessness and their allies through the streets, briefly blocking traffic, hoping to push for change through their bullhorns.
Now I gotta sleep on the concrete, and I get up in the morning, can't go to work. Because I'm tired of being up all night trying to find a place to live. I'm tired from Georgia State Patrol running me away.
The Atlanta Homeless Union has organized a small but passionate demonstration against homelessness and in support of affordable housing in the city.
The problem could be solved.
Britt Jones-Chikura is one of the organizers.
The homeless issue here in Atlanta is already very embarrassing.
Yesterday, she says she saw multiple demonstrators be arrested during the protests where they camped out in front of City Hall. It became a talking point of today's demonstration.
Rather than getting treated like humans, rather than getting treated like they matter, they're violently arrested yesterday, violently told you got to get somewhere.
Today, a more peaceful scene as some in the group argue that the tearing down of low-income housing projects years ago and gentrification have contributed to their plight. The mayor's office tells me Mayor Bottom set aside $1.5 million in emergency funds for homeless and displaced individuals. All at the beginning of the pandemic, it was matched by an additional $1.5 million in philanthropic contributions. They created nearly 800 new permanent housing placements and moved nearly 700 people. This group says they're still struggling and will continue to show up to speak out.
It impacts all of us. We're all a paycheck away from being homeless, and mental illness away from being homeless. Anything could happen to make you homeless.
And city leaders tell me they are working with a nonprofit called Partners for Home and using millions of dollars in CARES Act funding to combat this issue. But nonetheless, the demonstrators here who say they're still struggling, they say they will show up every day on these steps to talk to city and state leaders. Reporting live outside of City Hall, Haley Mason, CBS 46 News.